CC, CEO, wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a goal builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Constance Carter. This is the Grow Your Money Club, the Grow Your Money podcast, where we talk about how to grow your money and not blow your money. What's up, everybody? Listen, you know, I normally like to come on here on on Mondays, but this is not my normal day, as y'all probably know. All of the people who come on here live with me every day, y'all already know. But I was traveling yesterday, and I did not want to miss out on the opportunity to talk to you about money like we do on Money Mondays. So I wanted to get on here, and I have a good girlfriend on here to talk money with me, which I'm really excited about. And if you don't know, you about to learn why in a second. But as always, what's up, Booker? I see you in the house. I see you, Mike, already ready. What's up, Missy Sophia? So let me tell you how this works. If this is your first time here, this is a dialogue and not a monologue. So what do I mean? It means I want you to talk back to me and talk black to me, okay? So I always like to know where we're watching from. First of all, if this is your first time watching, what's up to you? Go ahead and put in a chat where you're watching from, because I know we have people that watch from all over the world. So put in the chat where you're watching from, because I want to shout you out, okay? Secondly, I need you to talk back to me. That means engage. And even if you want to come here live with me and my special guest today, you can go to talkblacktome.com and get on here and talk live. You don't even have to get on camera. If you just want to say something, if you want to contribute to the conversation, go to talkblack2me and come on here and talk to us. Don't say no dumb shit, but come on here and talk to us, and we'd be happy to talk back to you too. So go to talkblack2me.com and come on here if you have an opinion on anything that we talk about today. I'd love to hear it. We'd love to hear it. So you can come on there. But if you don't, just put it in the comments, because I want to go ahead and talk back to you and talk black to you as well. So listen, if it's your first time, put your information in there. If you where you're watching from, okay? So I see Marcy is watching from Indianapolis. Marcy, is this your first time on here? Because you don't look like a familiar name. And I see you. What's up, Terry? What's happening? What's up, Tamara from South Carolina? What's cracking? Uh-oh. I know this guy. I know you personally. I grew up. Let me tell you about Mr. Duran Wilson. You over here on LinkedIn. Duran, I grew up with in San Jose, California. So we're both from San Jose, and we went to church. We went to Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church. My uncle was the pastor, and my auntie was my Sunday school teacher. You know, I always tell the story, Duran, about the thing that was life-changing for me, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. The thing that was life-changing for me is when I was 7 years old, and I think we knew each other. I think you were there when we was about 7, Duran. But my auntie was my Sunday school teacher, right? And she said something that changed my life. She said that God doesn't love you any more or any less than anybody else. He loves you the same as everybody else. He said, no, that's not what she said. She said, you are no more important than anyone else, but you are also no less important because God loves you the same. And then I said to my auntie, I said, even the president of the United States? She said, even the president of the United States. So from that point on, I knew that like I could do anything I wanted because God loved me as much as he loved the president of the United States. So that was like the big takeaway that I had, you know, growing up at Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church in Milpitas, California. We had about, how many members we have, Duran? About 50 members, 40 members. 39 of them was my family. My uncle was a pastor, my daddy was a deacon, and my auntie was my Sunday school teacher. So what's up? I see you. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, Marcy, this ain't your first time. And I see you, Terry, from Sacramento, California. What's happening, Double A? As always, it's good to see you, boo. And I see you, Mushin, out of Rocky Mountain, South Carolina. Oh, Marseille. I stand corrected, sis. Thank you, Marseille. I appreciate you correcting me. I don't never want to butcher nobody's names. All right, so listen. If you have a Black-owned business, this is the important thing, okay? I always love to celebrate Black-owned businesses because it is extremely important, especially in this climate, especially with what's going on right now. I don't know if you know, it's a lot happening and we're going to get into it today. But if you have a Black-owned business, I want you to put it in the comments because it's extremely important that we support Black-owned businesses. I don't know if you know that if you look at our spending power, our spending is that of if Black folks were a country, we would be the sixth largest country. I don't know if you know that, but we would. We have over $2 trillion in spending power, and oftentimes we get ridiculed because we have $2 trillion of spending power as of 2025. Only 2% is spent with Black-owned businesses. Okay, that's a problem. But the real problem lies in there are not enough Black-owned businesses to spend money with. So we can't spend with our people because we simply do not have enough businesses. So I always love to give shout out to the businesses and the business owners, not just to recognize you, not just to say, oh, great, you're a Black-owned business, but to actually put your information out there so that other people can connect with you. Okay. So if you have a Black-owned business or you know of a Black-owned business, let's put it in the comments because I want people to patronize you. Not only do I want people to recognize you, but I want you, don't just put the information, don't just put the name out there. How can they get in contact with you? Where can they shop with you? How do they purchase from you? How do they invest with you? So if you have a Black-owned business, please put it in the comments. And for everyone here, you are able to connect and network. This is always a place that I want you to have so that you can network with other people. That is extremely important. Muy importante. I want you to be able to network with other people. That's why even I have the Stay Woke group inside Facebook. If you are not a member of the Stay Woke group, go into the Stay Woke group and just share information. This is a place where we can share information, where we can network together, where we can grow together beyond being online at certain times. I want you to get in there and I want you to get your resources. I want you to collaborate and do all the things that we need to do in order to build our community. So that is extremely important. Okay. So listen, y'all listen, y'all go and tell everybody that Constance Carter is live and online right now because we have a lot of good information to share with you. Now, really quick. Okay. Marseille. You just did it wrong. I just said, what is your business? How do they contact you? How do they work with you? It's multimedia and marketing. In what way? What's the name of your business? What's your website? What's your contact information? So put your information out there. I want to make sure that we are very intentional and clear with how we're spending our dollars. And we need to know who we can spend our dollars with. So just like I think it was Killer Mike years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember that thing he did where he was just like, I'm gonna take a 30 days. It was some kind of documentary he did. I'm gonna do 30 days where I want to spend with Black-owned businesses. And he could not, like, there was times where he didn't have a place to sleep. There was times where he didn't have places to eat. He wanted to do 30 days of working with Black people. And he wasn't able to do it just simply because there were not enough Black-owned businesses. And so this is where it's important that we know where the Black-owned businesses, and there are tons of business directories. I know that Tierra with Fly Nubian Money has a Black business directory. So we have to really be intentional about that thing. Okay. So Marseille, while you're laughing, you still ain't put the information with your business. So I do want to ask you this though, before we get into it. I want to know, what you guys do this weekend? I went to a conference. What did y'all do this weekend? Because I like to catch up with y'all, and I wasn't here on Monday. I was at a conference over the weekend and in Vegas. I was at the Sistar Stocks and Stilettos, and it was dope. Met a bunch of really amazing Black women who are changing the game. Some of them were owning hotels, hundreds of properties, franchises. It was really great. So I was amongst really, really good company. What's up, Ade? It's been a long time. I see y'all over here in LinkedIn too. Ade is thank you for the shout out. Ade, actually, the TED Talk I did, which is called Google that shit. And if you haven't seen it, it's like probably one of the best TED Talks I've seen that's out there. I'm just saying. But Ade was the person who put on the TEDx out in Alif, which is near Houston, Texas. And so what's up, Ade? Sophia says she kept the grandkids. Which podcast? I watched your podcast. It's binge worthy. Which one? The one with me and my daughter? Me and my daughter got a little something going on. Let me see. Do I have a little thing about the podcast up here? Let me see. Nope, I don't got nothing in here. But me and my daughter got a podcast. It's called the Not One of Your Little Friends podcast. And my daughter is the person who, you know, the one, I forget the name but she's the person who started the podcast. And so we just talk about different things, all kind of things. So hopefully y'all watch the podcast. Okay, tell me, okay, what else? Okay, you watched the podcast. I appreciate it, Dennis. I want to know what else y'all did. Sophia said she kept her grandkids. Okay, Booker said fed a few people and supported our business. Booker, what's the name of your business again? What's the name of your business? Please shout it out to the people. I want other people beyond Fort Worth to support your business. Okay. All right. Constancy Carter. Okay. That was the first TEDx. So let me tell you, if you go and you watch the TEDx, like I said, oh, by the way, it's the best TEDx I've ever seen. It was during COVID. It was in 2020. It was during COVID. So there was a lot of, when I looked at all the comments, all 10,000 comments on that TEDx. And some people were like, yeah, I guess, you know, cause I do a little thing in the beginning and, you know, and they're like, it didn't land well, but it was because there was only like 10 people in the audience. So they thought that my joke didn't land well because people weren't laughing, but it was laugh worthy. It just was only not that many people in the audience. So that's the reason why but it was still it was a great TEDx, but it was definitely transformational. After I did that TEDx, my phone at the office did not stop ringing. Yo. And then another thing, there's this place in Vegas, and I'm gonna bring it. We're gonna get it cracking in a minute. But there's a place in Vegas that I went. I think Keith Lee was there. It's called Lolo's. Yo, have y'all been to Lolo's in Vegas? It's a soul food restaurant. So let me tell you, at first, my daughter had. I told my daughter to look for a place for us to go eat on the last day. We go down to some place in Aria, some little restaurant. A lot of non-melanated people, and it looked like just some BS in there. And I was like, right now, you're really about to piss me off, and I'm not going to eat here. And I was so mad. And so my friend, one of my good girlfriends, she came to visit me. Her mom just passed away. Her mom was one of my mentors. I got to show y'all this picture of me when I was working with her mom. But I used to work at HP, and her mom was like my first mentor. When in corporate, and her mom is one of the first people that I've ever seen, first Black women who I'd ever seen that made like a high 6-figure salary. When I worked at HP, I worked in the executive and the C-suite. So I worked over there with the CEOs and all that, right? And so her mom was extremely smart. Anyway, she just passed away last week, and so my girl came to visit me. They moved to Vegas. She came and visited me while I was out there. So when she came, I was like, you got to take me somewhere else because this place is not hitting. And I'm really getting pissed off right now and my daughter was like, well, Mom, you didn't say anything. You said we can come here. But I was like, I looked at that menu. I was like, this ain't it. So.
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna flirt. Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna jerk. Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna jerk. Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna jerk me.
So it says in there, Keith Lee approved. Like the wait was an hour. It was definitely well worth it. If you have not been to Lolo's in Vegas, the food was good. I am now detoxing because that food, the menu was crazy. The menu was just extremely ghetto fabulous. They had things called Lolo Hoods Classics. So they had a lot of little hood classes. They had huge jars of Kool-Aid, which I did not partake, but the food was really, really, really good. It was really good. I had the shrimp and grits that were good. My daughter had the fried chicken and the catfish, and that was really good too. So if you're in or around Vegas, but look at what let me show y'all something real quick. My friend sent me this picture that she found in her mama's stuff of when I worked at HP. Now, really quick, let me just tell you really quick. I was pregnant. Okay, hold on. I thought I put it over here. I was pregnant. Okay, so do not judge me. Let me see. but I was next to her. Mom, these are all the people that I work with, and I absolutely hated them. Wait, is this the picture? Did she send this to me? Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's it. So look at, I almost got the same hairdo. I was pregnant with my first daughter. Look at how chubby I was. Oh my God. And I work with all these people that I absolutely hated. And they absolutely did not. They were so, I hated those people. But I remember when I worked in there, I would always see them try to undermine this sister right here, this brilliant sister, and she was making, probably $400,000 or $500,000 a year, and was absolutely brilliant. But they would always try to undermine her genius, and I would watch them do that. And they definitely did that to me. And I just remember saying, one day I'm gonna make more than all these motherfuckers, and I did. So, but that was me. I was 23 years old, and we went to Vancouver on a retreat. And so I think we were getting ready to go camping, or we had just went camping, not camping, hiking or some, some stuff that white people do. Anyway, that's what that was. So that was my weekend. I had a great time, but let me go back and see what y'all talking about. We had about 45 members at Macedonia. Yeah, that's true. Oh, okay. You went to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. Yes, girl. Yeah, Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. Yep. All right. So listen, I want to get right into it because I do want to talk about, I think, something that is a very, very, very important topic, ladies and gentlemen. There's an amazing thing that's going on. There is a migration, a great migration that's been happening. Every few years. Well, okay. So I don't know if you know about what's going on in the federal government, but they hit the pause button on the paychecks and the bills. The rent don't pause, but the paychecks have paused. So you see what's going on with the airlines, them grounding the airlines. I'm so happy. I just got in yesterday, and I'm happy that there were air traffic controllers yesterday. As of today, there are no air traffic controllers in certain areas. Planes still taking off. I would not be on a plane without an air traffic controller. Okay. So the government be playing games. They've already laid off 300,000 Black women. And here we go again. Federal workers are at home with no pay. Like they trying to figure out what they're doing. And again, they pausing people's money. They playing with people's money because they're playing politics, but our bills have not paused. And there is something really serious about what's going on in the federal government. And I think that this is the perfect time for us to have this conversation. And I want to bring in the right person to have this conversation with, because what she's been doing over the last several years has been profound to helping people to brand their own brilliance, to monetize their genius so that they can stop trying to sit at tables that motherfuckers don't want them at and start building not only their own table, but their own houses. So I want to have this conversation, this dialogue, this dialect with one of the most brilliant women I know. I don't know if y'all know her, but you probably do. She's one of the Fly Nubian queens on Fly Nubian Money. This is my good girlfriend, my sis, Dr. LaNée Javett. What's happening, lady? What's going on?
That's good. Good morning, man. You were having such good dialogue. I was like, I want to get in. Lolo started here in Phoenix, Arizona. I know owner Larry.
Shut up.
Yes.
Girl, that food is smacking.
Started a restaurant here called Mrs. White's. Oh, and they just celebrated, I think, like their 80th anniversary. His grandmother was one of the first Black-owned businesses here in Arizona. It's called Mrs. White Golden Rule. I used to go there all the time after church on Sunday. And then the grandson broke out and started Lolo's. And so I started here. There's 2 here. They have one in Arizona, Vegas. I think there's one more maybe in Texas somewhere.
Oh, they're doing it big.
They just opened up a supper club.
So where's the supper club?
The supper club is here in Arizona. It's called Warren's.
In Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
So I seen on the picture, they had a big picture of the grandmama, and they said, Grandma, we made it. Like, we did this. You were able to see this dream come true. So that's the one who did
That's right.
Oh, that makes sense. Girl, they was in there twerking. So they started playing the line dance music. I wanted to get up, but didn't nobody get up. I was like, damn.
Yes.
I'm Dutch it. Like, let me get, but nobody did it. So
yes.
I had a great time. We was getting it. I didn't drink none of the Kool-Aid. I didn't want the diabetes.
Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid. I love the Kool-Aid, but I get a big cup of the Kool-Aid with no ice. I bring it home and I put some ice and dilute it. That Kool-Aid will last you like a week or two. Not a week, a day or two. But
listen, I can't do it. Dr. LaNée. But I had a good time. It was great. I told you I was at this other little non-melanated place, and I was like, "This you about to piss me off, Kaya." I was getting mad because I was hungry. I was hungry, and I was like, "This is not going to do it. We got to do
it.
Yeah." Then we go. Then now we really hungry. We go to Lolo's, and we got to wait an hour. But I was like, "This," but it was worth the wait. It really was.
Yeah, you can wait a little bit at Lolo's, but it's always worth it. Don't go on a Sunday after church.
That's what it. Yeah, that's what, because it was Sunday. It was definitely Sunday after church. That's probably the reason why. And I said it must be good because I see the grannies in here and they walkers. Like, so it must have been. It must be a good place, and it did not disappoint. The workers was twerking. I was like, okay, I see.
Everybody's gonna have a good time.
They had a good time.
Good.
So, Dr. LaNée, there's so much going on right now, and so let me just put things in perspective in terms of like what's going on with the government shutdown. Okay, so Congress couldn't agree on how to fund the government. You know how they do before the October 1st deadline, right? So now they fighting. They over here is fighting over spending on healthcare subsidies, which is really to look out for your best interest. So as a result, 900,000 federal employees have been furloughed. 900,000 federal employees have been furloughed and sent home without pay. However, members of Congress are getting paid. Yeah. So let's make this make sense. Everyday workers, TSA workers, teachers, military families, air traffic controllers, single mothers, people who look just like us are not getting paid. Meanwhile, the politicians who caused it, they are still getting paid. So with the shutdown, that's $15 billion a week in lost productivity. That means small businesses can't get government contracts right now. That means college students aren't getting their financial aid processed right now. That means smaller rural airports aren't being serviced right now. And some state programs who are already running out of money because the federal funds are frozen. And then you got Donald Trump saying we are freezing funds towards Democratic states, right? we are not going to give you guys. Now, they're taking the money from the states, but they're not going to in turn fund Democratic states, which is crazy. So what does this mean for us? And so I really want to talk about that today, Dr. LaNée. What do we do? You know, we got to stop waiting on them. We got to build systems of our own. This is why we preach financial literacy, right? This is why you built the brand new Brilliance program that you have to get people out of that rat race so that they can start building their own.
Yeah, it's really important. I think it comes down to, like you said, like not looking to somebody else to feed us.
Right.
And I never preach like nobody should have a job because somebody got to work. But
Absolutely.
I do preach have a job and have something else that you do. Have a Dr. Boyce calls it fuck you money, right? But you should have something on the side that belongs to you that nobody can take from you.
Right.
Whether that's stocks, real estate, your own business, crypto, something that you have put your time and energy into. When I talk about branding your brilliance, everybody has something innate in them or something that they've learned along the way that they can turn around and monetize. I don't think we talk enough about how to monetize what we know, monetize what we do. Even if you go to work every day as a plumber, you can have your own plumbing gig on the side. Like there are so many things that we can do that we don't do because we let other people feed us.
That part. So I think this is like part of what we're seeing. I think the writing's on the wall, but I think this is a new Black exodus or the new Black migration. Remember back in the early 1900s where we had the Great Migration, where people were leaving the South up to go up north to find all these great jobs, and then you had white flight and all that stuff. So now you have a good amount of Black folks leaving, and now we have a new migration. So what does that, from your perspective, like the Great Migration conversation, what does that mean to you, that perspective of us migrating from that traditional thinking about we got to, work for people, work for 30 years, to now, doing our own thing?
So I'm gonna be real honest with you. I like the migration. I don't like that we're migrating without knowledge. So one of the things that we see a lot in the news is, Black women are starting businesses faster than any other demographic. And, we were in between 2017 and 2019, 50% higher, the highest growth rate of any female demographic. And so we're getting patted on the back for this great exodus and doing all these great things and starting these businesses. But we make the least amount of money, we're underfunded. Our businesses don't stay open long. We don't hire employees. So we're getting a pat on the back for starting businesses, but we don't have any business acumen, any business knowledge, no business connection. We're not getting money. And so too often we focus on the left hand and the right hand is over here like, so that's great that we're starting, but where's the knowledge? Where's the money? Where's the sustainability? Where's the support from the community? Where's the ability to actually hire staff, grow, scale, right? So I like the migration, but I think we have to focus on the knowledge. And with AI coming in here right now, don't get me started on AI. AI has folks out here thinking that they can start a business and just go out here and sell a product with no AI. AI is dangerous in the wrong person's hand, because if you get online and Instagram and you put in a prompt and it says build a business strategy for my business, but you don't understand your business, you don't know who your target market is, you don't know what the product is, you don't know what the pain point is. People are out here struggling and they don't even know it. And they think it's them and they think it's something that they're doing, but it's just there's no real business acumen, knowledge, community focus on how to actually monetize what you know or monetize what you have or build a business. So that's what I wish we would focus on, not just starting the business.
Let me tell you why I love my sis, because she says it so much more eloquently than I do. She says it so much more. Listen, my thing is, you can fry the best pork chop on the south side of Chicago. It don't mean that you should be a business owner, right? It doesn't mean that you should be out there opening up a restaurant just because you can cook good. So you have to have those basic fundamentals as a business owner in order for your business to succeed. So with that being said, what are the things that a lot of people who go out there and they try to start their businesses and they, because I've seen so many businesses close within a year, especially when we're talking about cooking, right? Because Black folks can cook. We know we got grandmama's recipe and we want to start these businesses. But what are some of the reasons? Give me 3 reasons why businesses fail.
Number 1, strategy.
Ooh.
People will say it's money, but it can't be money, because too many businesses have started with $400, $500, and gone on to be enormous. Strategy is the number 1 reason. And that means understanding your business, who you serve, how you're going to serve them, where they are, how much you're going to charge them. Is it what the market is doing? Product research, competitor research, strategy. That's the number 1 reason.
Y'all, somebody put that in the comments. I need y'all to really understand. I need to underscore that. Strategy is number 1. Somebody put that in the comments. Strategy. This is
strategy. And that's something we don't talk about in our community enough. The majority of my clients come to me right around that 90,000, 125,000 mark, because they lucked in. You can luck into 6 figures just on the strength. You can luck into that. But you can't grow or scale a business. And most people plateau right around 90, 125,000, because now we got to go back and do the basics. Let's look at your brand. Who are you talking to? Because what happens is people will say, well, this is who my customer is. Okay, but who's your target market? Well, this is who pays me. No, who's your target market? Well, so that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, strategy is number 1. Understand that.
Strategy is number 1.
Number 2, I will say, is funding. And I didn't say capital, because the reason why I said funding is because even when we get money coming into our business, we're not spending it properly. We're overexposed. We buy too much. We spend money on too many things. So we're not investing it properly. So the funds that are coming in are not being properly used. And that goes back to your strategy, because you don't know what you really should be paying for. So you could have money coming in, but you're not spending it wisely. So it's causing you to not have the proper funds to run your business. Now capital could be a part of that. Credit cards could be part of that. Debt, business credit, but that funding piece and how to actually operate the business from a monetary standpoint, I would say would be number 2. And then number 3, I would say, is being comfortable in your business to go out and market it.
Marketing.
Right? Which goes back to strategy. If you don't know how to communicate your business, the value proposition, what makes you different, how you stand out, why someone should come and not support your business, why somebody should come and utilize your business, what problems do you solve, what the resolution is. That's usually going to be the third one, because I can go up to somebody and say, hey, I had a client and they did music, right? They had a hip hop magazine. That's easy enough. Who do you serve? Everybody. Well, hold on. Yeah, you listen to hip hop music, I serve you. You can't.
Right.
Everybody.
If you market to everyone, you market to no one.
Yes. And so I'm like, so these 2000s folks, the 80s hip hop artists, music's LL Cool J, Run DMC, Cool Mo D. If you grew up listening to that, how you talk to those people and how you talk to people who listen to Cardi B is different. You can't be talking to everybody. Hip hop has different eras and different cultures. So who you're talking to, it matters. The value matters. And so you have to understand those types of things. And so those are the three things I would say. And so I said being comfortable to market, knowing how to market. Marketing is, I think we could say marketing. So strategy, funding, and marketing. Those would be the three.
Booker T said this is a masterclass. And listen, we have the Brand Your Brilliance strategy. She is a brilliant brander, and she's going to help us. She's helping us to be able to strategize. How do we have successful businesses? So if you're just watching, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the new Black Exes, how we're walking away from the table and we are building our own house. And there's three ways that Dr. LaNée just said we need to. Number one, we need to have strategy. Number two, we need to have funding. And number three, we need to be able to market. So what I'd like for you to do is break down for each one, because I know you talked about how to do each, right? But I want you to give me like a personal story of how somebody, how you've helped somebody, or like just an example of the strategy and the funding, the example of all three.
Okay, so I'll give you an example of, so I have my client avatar, and she was a vice president in American Express.
Wait a minute, let's go back. What's an avatar?
So we start out with our target market, and your target market is vast. I'm going to help Black service-based entrepreneurs between the ages of 35 and 50 who want to monetize their brilliance, right? Boom, target market. Client avatar. I want to help Black women between 40 and 50 who are executives transitioning out of the workforce into full-time entrepreneurship, who want to expedite their transition to six figures. They probably drive a luxury car. They are married. They maybe have 2 kids, and they are looking to get into the marketplace within the next 3 to 5 days, right?
Boom. So she narrowed down who her avatar is, because a lot of times when we say our avatar, people think the movie, they think the cartoon on your Facebook. That is not what we mean when we're talking about business avatar. We are talking about who is your direct. This is the person that you are marketing, you're targeting your business towards, and that person represents people. But you're so specific on those people that you speak the language that those people that also speak. But go ahead. Okay.
Yes. And so, and when you do it right, I have an email list of like 5,000 people. And when I send an email out, I get responses that say, thank you so much for thinking about me, because I know who I'm talking to. So when I sit down and I write, my client avatar's name is Kendra. When I sit down and write,
name. Okay, I love it.
She got a name, she got wardrobe and everything.
I love it.
When I sit down and I write Kendra and I send this email out to my folks, they feel like I just sent one directly to them. And I just feel like, oh, it's done right. But so her name, she was a VP at American Express. And she was like, I'm tired of working here. I need to get out of here. How can I take my skill set and what I do for American Express and turn it into money? Like, how can I monetize? I want to start a business. And I was like, all right, cool. Tell me what you do. She told me what she did, how she did it, who she wants to serve. Boom. In 6 months, we created a business for her, products, services, recorded everything, bada bing, bada boom. Year 1, before I tell you that, how much do people usually make their first year in business, Constance?
Ooh.
First year in business, how much do people usually make?
They may be negative the first. Do they make? I don't
Normally, you're going to be negative because you put a lot of money out.
Yeah.
She made $127,000 her first year out.
Whoa.
That's strategy. Now, somebody else who comes in, and that's what she said. She said, working with you got me to my goal quicker, sooner, faster. Why? Because you have a strategy. When you're first starting your business, you don't know what to do. So you're literally throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to figure out what sticks. Should I be on this social media platform? Should I be on that one? Should I build this? Should I put this product out, or should I do this one? Should it be live? Should it not be live? Do I need a website? Like, you don't know what to do, and you're just chasing your tail, and you're spending money and you're losing money. When you have a strategy, you know, oh, this goes here, that goes there. I should do this first. I don't need that yet. Let me not pay for that. This is the room I need to be in. This is who I need to talk to. These are the right conferences for me. My audience likes this. This is where I need to, like, it makes things
So
easier.
clear. Yeah. You're so clear.
Yes. So that's why I say strategy.
Okay.
It gets you where you want to go faster.
So let's talk about the funding piece. Give me an example of that.
So the funding piece, and I didn't say capital. Again, I kind of said why I didn't specifically say capital. I think a lot of times we get caught up in capital. Somebody should give me money. Somebody should invest in me. Well, the majority of us are bootstrapping, which means we're investing in ourselves. We're creating our own funds. We're putting the funds back into our business. When I first started, I used to call it, oh my God, I had a name for it. And I can't think of it because my 49-year-old brain is like, no, not today, but you're not going to have this word. But when you work,
I said, welcome to Club 49. It's still fun over here.
Listen, I'm like, and it was a cool name, but I used to use my work money to fund my business. Like I was the funder. You were going to be your first investor. And as an investor, you have to make sure that you're spending your money wisely. When I left my corporate job, I had $50,000. I was ready to start this business, but I was brand new. So I didn't realize that starting my business and having funds for my business and living expenses, those were the same. Sorry. Because I didn't
think about that part. I gotta still eat
funds. Damn it. Right? I'm spending money all over the place. I wanted this brand new website, and I was like, I want it to be custom designed. And my first quote was $22,000. I was like, no. My second quote was like $17,000. I was like, no. So when I got my third quote for $8,500, I was like, all right, I got $50,000, pays like $8,500. And what I did not know is that there's a difference between a website developer and a website designer. So I paid a designer to hire and manage a developer. And I said, I wanted this website to be custom. So every time I asked him, hey, can I do this? No. Okay, well, can you make it do this? No. Well, can I do this? No. Come to find out, it was a $60 theme that he bought and was hiring people. So he was managing the project. But I didn't know nothing. I'm brand new to business.
Ooh,
so I let him and that site go. I hired a website developer once I knew what it was. She charged me $2,500.
Oh.
Now, her $2,500, she brought the website to life. It was amazing. It was dope. And she taught me how to do the website. Okay? But by that time, everybody had seen the website. And I was like, I don't want to launch this because everybody's seen it. So I paid $65. Launched the website myself. And in less than 7 months, we had over 3 million views from 1 million people. We were in 214 countries and territories. I grew my audience to over 50,000 myself from better understanding how to use my money, right? So sometimes it's not spending a lot. Sometimes it's learning. Sometimes it's spending. Understanding how to use Fiverr. Understanding I don't need 3 different CRMs. I only need one. At this time, maybe I'm not going to get my nails done. So it's really understanding how you're spending your money and where you're investing it.
Come on.
Prior to that, I got a logo done 3 times. Like we spent the funds, how we're using our funds. That's why I said that's number 2. When you get money in, know how to use it, know where to use it, know what you need, know what you should be spending it on. Don't pay for things that aren't necessary. Don't get ahead.
Like, but they don't know what's necessary and what's not necessary. A lot of times they don't know.
That takes me back to number 1, strategy.
Boom, boom. Yeah. Because what happens is people are trying to save so much money and trying to figure things out and fumble things out, and they end up spending more and not having the right strategy because they don't have coaches, they don't have mentors, they don't have people that are helping them. And I'm telling you, I've invested, I always say I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in myself. Some I've have been great investments and some have been poor investments. I lost thousands of dollars investing in myself, investing in, hundreds of thousands of dollars investing in different things. I made millions also investing in myself because I know I know that I don't know what I don't know. And so now I use the things and now I had to go pay for. Now I'm trying to help other people. And that's what we essentially do because we've been there. We've wasted the money. And there are ways that you could go buy it and go through it, but that you don't have to waste. But people like to, I figured it out myself. Let me try to do the cheap thing, which ends up actually costing them more.
And here's the thing. Sometimes, so the cost, so at that point, that was $10,000 lost, gone, boom, out the door. Listen, the amount of money I have made building websites is probably $40,000 at this point. So
because you knew, because they taught you,
know how to do it, and I'm an asset to my clients, right? Because I can look at a website, I can say that's not right, that's not how you do that. Let's reword that. I understand sales copy. Like every single lesson, not failure, lesson learned can monetize. I become more of an asset. So when I look back at that now, I'm like, damn. When it first happened, I lost $10,000. That hurt. I'm broke in 6 months, right? It hurt my feelings. It hurt my heart. I'm down on myself. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had a business. And that's when I did the $10,000 crowdfunding campaign. I raised $10,000. Everything is information and everything is monetizable. After I raised that $10,000, I had to have made at least $5,000 to $10,000, maybe $15,000 in teaching other people how to do crowdfunding. So everything is monetizable.
Every lesson, not failure. Y'all heard that.
It's monetizable. And the last one is marketing.
Yep.
First of all, people don't understand the difference between branding, marketing, and advertising. Like, let's say that I'm out here branding my business. I'm out here marketing my business. I'm out here advertising. Well, which one is which? Which one is you doing? You branding, you marketing, or you advertising? Because they're different, right?
Oh, masterclass.
Like folks be like, I'm just out here marketing my business. Well, you ain't got no brand. What you marketing exactly? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm branded. Well, actually, that's an ad. Like you got to first of all understand the difference between the three. But most importantly is in the marketing pieces, who are you talking to? What language are you using? How are you attracting them to you? What are you pricing? Because your price can attract people or scare them. High or low. And I'm going to give you an example.
Let's go.
Everything about who I am says how I operate, my aesthetic. First of all, I give Black people excellence. Like I go above and beyond because aesthetics matter to me. I just feel like we deserve the best, right? So my aesthetics is going to be on point. I'm going to over deliver. I'm going to do all the things. And so I built a brand for that. Man, her stuff is together. She over delivers. She's going to give you everything. And so what happens is when you do that, when people come to your website, they thinking, oh, I'm not gonna be able to afford her. She costs way too much, but let me just go and see. And then when they get there and the price is low, they be like, oh, well, maybe she's not the person I thought it was gonna be more. I thought she was gonna charge more. Well, let me go find somebody else. I thought it was gonna be something different.
So y'all, I need y'all to pick up what she's putting down, because especially for those who provide services, when people don't have to pay, they do not find value. They think if they don't have to pay, it is not valuable, and therefore they are going to treat it as it's invaluable because they don't believe that there's value because they didn't really pay anything for it. And so we have to, as service providers or whatever it is that you do in your business, if you're charging pennies. So if I'm gonna go to let me go back to the pork chop place. If I go to a pork chop place and the average price of a pork chop is $10, but I'm charging $2, I'm gonna think something is wrong with that pork chop. It's gonna make me sick. Okay, I am not eating that shit. Mm-hmm. Also, on the same token, if I know average price of a pork chop is $10 and you got it for sale for $25, I don't know. That's an overpriced pork chop. I'm not about to go, so you have to really, that pricing is paramount on how you market yourself with the pricing. But go ahead, girl. Oh.
Yeah, you can attract or repel. I'll give you another example. My copywriter, not my copywriter, it was Courtney. So she had just had a baby and she was coming back into the marketplace. And she was looking for somebody to help her with her YouTube. YouTube had changed, the algorithm had changed, and she wanted somebody to just come in and tell her what to do and how to do it. So she was looking for somebody. She found the perfect person, everything she wanted to know. Boom, 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 boom. She was like, all right, cool, I'm ready. Let me go get my credit card. Got down to the price. It was $2.99. She was like, well, this is everything, but this must be the basics. This must be the basics of that. Let me find somebody else. Found somebody else and paid $3,000 because she was looking for a more advanced program. So these two people sold the same thing. This one said it was $2.99. This one said it was $3,000. So understanding your marketing, how you communicate the value, what you offer. And there's nothing wrong with either one of those prices. You can literally, I can tell you how to start a business for $100 and I can tell you how to start a business for $1,000. What version of it do you want? Do you want the quick 1, 2? So if the list of how to start a business is 10 things, for $100, I'm giving you 2. For $1,000, I'm gonna give you 5. For $2,500, let's sit down and I'm gonna give you all 10. So none of them is wrong. It's just how much of starting a business do you want to know? And I just use that as an example, but that's how pricing works. It says for this amount, I'm gonna get the basics. For this amount, I'm gonna get that. For premium, you better be laying this thing out for me if that's the case. But you have to know how to communicate those things. And a lot of times people don't. And that is why they undercharge, because they feel like if I make the price low enough, you'll buy it from me. Yeah.
And they won't. They'll be like, So let me ask you this. You teach people how to brand their brilliance, right? For those like people who maybe still be in corporate or maybe they're leaving a corporate environment, where does one even start?
That's a great question. So with Brand Your Brilliance, I literally within the last 6 months have expanded. I used to say entrepreneurs, and now I say entrepreneurs, executives, and enterprise, because branding your brilliance is not just an entrepreneur thing. Anybody that sells their talent or a skill is branding their brilliance. So if you go to work every day, you have to know how to brand your brilliance. How do you stand out? How does your manager or boss know that they need to pick you to promote? How does somebody know that you want to elevate or escalate in the company? You still have to brand your brilliance when you go to the job every day. If you are an entrepreneur, you're selling that expertise. I always say everybody's a CEO. I hand over my invoice to get paid. Y'all hand over your timesheet. We all have a client and a customer, somebody that we say, this is how much I worked and this is how you pay me. We all do, right? Mm-hmm. And so branding your brilliance is not just an entrepreneur thing. You got to brand your brilliance when you date. This is why you should pick me, boo. Like we're always saying, this is what makes me good. This is what makes me great. This is why you should work with me. This is why you should date me and take me out to dinner. Like you got to show what makes you brilliant all the time. So the first thing is knowing what it is.
What is that brilliance?
What is your brilliance? Mm-hmm. What do you do better than anybody else? And listen to what I just said. What do you do better than anybody else? The reality is it really better than anybody else? Or do you say it is and you show up like it is? And so people start to believe, oh, she must be the best one at doing it. Constance Carter used to say, the hardest working woman. And then
nobody works harder than Constance Carter. And now everybody thinks that I work hard. And I don't.
If you say it long enough, fast enough, over and over, people will believe you, right? So you have to figure out, what is the thing that I do brilliantly? I am a brilliant strategist. I've been strategizing since I was 12. My strategies has landed me stealing LA gears out of Mervyn's. Like I've been a strategist for years, pulling off Kool-Aid out the Stater Brothers. I've been strategizing how to get shit for years. Taking my mama's car at 16 in the middle of the night. Don't know how to drive a stick. Stalling on the hill. Strategy. My mom she found out I was taking my keys to her car. She would go to sleep and put the keys in the pillow. I would reach in the pillow while she's sleeping to get the keys to take the car. Strategy. That's what I do. I've been doing it for years. I just didn't know that it was my brilliance.
Oh my God.
I had to figure out how to shift it from being negative into something that's positive, where now I can be like, tell me what you want to do. Okay. Who's the audience? Okay, how much money do you want to make? Okay, what do you sell? Is that what they need? Okay, let's look now. Now I can do what I do for myself for other people. So you have to figure out, what do you do brilliantly? What makes you you? Either in your job, and how you help people, how you serve, in your relationship. What do you do? And then how can you monetize that so that you can elevate in life, or in your job, or in your relationships, or whatever it is that you want to do?
Good shit. Y'all, if you just tuned in, we are talking to the brand new brilliant strategist, Dr. LaNée Javett, and we're kind of talking about the new Black Exodus, how we're walking away from the table and we're starting to build our own. And she is like this is literally, somebody said in the comments earlier, this is literally a master class. And she is dropping gems. So you need to tune in. Not only do you need to tune in, you need to share this with people, because this is how we close a wealth gap. This is how we get out of poverty. This is how we work together to build our communities. This is how we really create legacy. Like, we got to each one teach one this thing, y'all. So let me ask you this, Dr. LaNée, because you were talking about strategy. What are some hidden gifts or maybe transferable skills that Black professionals often have, but maybe they overlook when they're transitioning from an employee to an entrepreneur?
So the easiest, there's so many. So this is how I think I would say it. If your job pays you for it, somebody else will too.
That's good. That's
right?
good.
Like, because customer service, being an administrative assistant, finance, the list goes on. We discount what we do and what we know. When I first started, I used to say that I was a business coach and a life coach, but nobody ever paid me for life coaching. They were like, yeah, I'm only paying you for business coaching. But what people don't understand is, as a business coach, most of the time we talk about your life mindset, right? This is what happened here. This is what happened here. This is what he said. This is what she said. And so life's traumas, experiences, things that we've tried and didn't work, money we've lost, those things are the things that keep us still. And then when you go to a job and they say your talent and your skill is only worth $50,000 a year, that's what you believe.
Yep.
But what we don't understand is, when a company pays you a certain dollar amount, they're making at least 3 times more minimum.
That part.
They're paying you 75. What you're doing is really worth about 225,000.
So for somebody who's afraid to step out because they don't know how to monetize their expertise, like, what is a mind shift? I'm not asking you what should they do, but what's a mindset shift that they need to make today?
I'm brilliant. If my job will pay me, somebody else will too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can use that to go start a business or to go get another job. Right? Mm-hmm. What you do in this world adds value somewhere to someone. When you find out who that person is, ask them what they want, and then you can go and do that. But the mindset is, what I do is dope. Who I am is dope.
Yep.
I'll say this. So
give it to him.
Today I am Dr. LaNée Javett, right? Mm-hmm. But not always. I always say, from a dancer to a doctor, from the pole to a PhD.
They don't even know.
They don't even know, right? Like, so easy to get into our bag about who we are not. Who we're not supposed to be, what we've done, what we've seen. When I was 19, my best friend's uncle co-signed for a car for me. I fell asleep driving. I ran my car up under a truck. It was a little Toyota Tercel. It was cute too. Anyways, 19, ran my car up under a truck, falling asleep. I've never been in an accident that I was awake for. And I had to pay $2,500 because the car was totaled out. Now, my mom, she was smart enough to know I ain't co-signing for no 19-year-old. My best friend's uncle was like, let the girl cook. Let up the girl cook before it was cook. Fell asleep. I'm 19. I need $2,500. I see an ad in the paper that was like, you can make $1,500 a week. I was like, cool, let me go in here. It's a little club. All you gotta do is walk around and sell some drinks. I was like, all right, cool, I could do that. A little bikini or whatever. I'm 19, so the body is banging. And I'm looking up at the stage, and these girls, they walking around, they got their titties out or whatever, but they making way more money than me. So I was like, well, I can make this a lot faster if I just get up on the stage. And I grew up with very low self-esteem, right? So, but also I felt like, in hindsight, when I think about it, I was like, really? That's not low self-esteem. I just feel like if you seen titties, you seen titties, right? What makes mine special, right? So I'm gonna get up on here on the stage. I made the money. And so I once at 19, when you can make $2,000 a week, whew, right? So I danced from 19 to about 22, 23. I danced for like 3 years.
That money gets addictive, don't it?
It is. I'm making money. I'm splurging. You know what I'm saying? I'm making like $5,000-$6,000 cash. 19, 20, 21. We out here balling like we don't know. Ain't nobody's business. And I tried to get regular jobs. Like when I came out of dancing, my first job was like $500 a week. $500 a week.
And
anyway,
you just $2,000 a week.
All that to say, from
Mm.
there, I took some pictures back when it was the World Wide Web. Ended up online, and so I'm just thinking.
Wait, what kind of pictures? Wait, sis. Wait. That's what kind of pictures did you take?
Not appropriate ones to send to your family members.
I ain't heard this story.
I was trying to get out of the life, right? And I didn't know any, at this point. This is like 1999. So the internet is not really the internet. They're still calling it the World Wide Web, and I'm trying to get out. She knows I'm trying to get out, but I'm only making $500 a week. So she knows I need a little extra money because I'm really trying to get my life together. So I take these pictures. I don't think anything about it. I move on with my life. And fast forward, I have a son. I want to try to start a business. And everything in my mind is like, ain't nobody going to believe you. Everybody's going to know what you did. You're a fake. You're a phony. You're not going to be nothing. And so that's what I'm telling myself every day, all the time. I'm getting jobs. I'm being promoted. And then I get this concept for a business. And I start the business, but I do it like this. I do just a little bit. I do just enough to make myself feel good, but not enough to be a survivor, not enough to be magnificent. And then I go and write this book, Stripping to the Core, a forward look back, 11 lessons to help you move forward through your past so that I can tell my story and hide it. So I put it in here and I put it up on the shelf. So if somebody comes back and is like, you old fake, you used to be a stripper, I can say, well, I told y'all it's in a book. I did tell people. But what I found was I always talked about my story like this. So I used to be a dancer. And so, yeah. So if you want to, so you only have
That's how you used to tell your story?
Mm-hmm. You only have to pay $200 for strategy. You only don't worry about it. I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll show up and do it. No, don't like I victimized myself even to the point. But what I didn't see was that dancing made me get my bachelor's degree, made me get my MBA, made me become a PhD. I'm a doctor now. I save people money. I make people money. I've helped 3 people become millionaires. I do multiple 6 figures. Like the story, and then now I tell my story like I went from the pole to a PhD, from a dancer to a doctor.
Own that shit. Own it.
If you don't understand the words that are coming out my mouth, but more importantly, see what is possible, where you can start and where you can finish. Like the mindset piece is, I don't look like what I've been through.
Right.
I can do it. Right. I am brilliant. I pull myself out of that. Like we don't give ourselves enough credit for who we are in this world and what we've been through and how we landed to be who we are today. We just think about the bad part, but not all the transformation that has happened to get us here. And a lot of times people can see that in your pricing. So it's the mindset that says, I'm not that girl no more.
Girl, that's a word. Let me ask you this though. That was a word. Do you know how to twerk? Because I have a really big butt, but I don't know how to twerk. Since you was
I do not. You would think so. Listen, oddly enough, this is before today's dancing. This is back in the let's see, I had my son in 2000. So this is like 97, 98.
Back in on the pole.
It was white girls. Yeah, it was just.
You were just doing your hair like this. You were just doing like
exactly.
this.
We weren't doing nothing.
Just let me tell you something. As many times as I've been, those girls are. It's like watching a Cirque du Soleil. The upper body strength that you got to have, the pure gymnastics. Y'all was just
we had to do pole tricks. Like you had to still do pole. You said
you had to have this upper body strength,
but nothing like what they're doing today.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, okay, girl. Okay, do that kind of stuff.
And it wasn't as open and accessible as it is today. Back then, I'm hiding, and But this is what I tell people all the time: ask your doctor and your dentist and your lawyer how they put themselves through school.
That part. That part.
I was backstage with girls doing homework. Like back in those days, it wasn't like it was today, right? It still wasn't something you were telling your family and you was talking about. It still wasn't that. But when I was dancing, there was girls back there at ASU who were going to school and putting themselves through school, right? Wow. Even that, it didn't have to turn out the way that it turned out. Everybody didn't make it out. Like everybody's story doesn't end up like mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But look at God, and it did. But just to staying on the mindset, you know, you and I both teach that wealth is more than money, right? It's really about your mindset. So with you helping people to get into business, how do you really help them to go from worker mentality to a wealth mentality?
Man, for me, I don't think it was one thing. So faith first, right? Second, environment, friends, positive conversations. Third, reading, right? Books, personal development. I always say sometimes it's hard to make that switch. If you've never seen anybody else do it, like if you grew up in a community and mom and your grandma didn't have money and your mom didn't have money and now it's you and you're trying to figure out like reading is a great way to do that. Getting into certain rooms, because sometimes if you haven't seen it and you don't know nobody who's done it and you can't pick up the phone and call somebody, then you have to go outside of yourself to go and find it and be intentional about it, right? And so reading is one of the ways that you can do it. If you can't pay to get into a room for financial literacy and knowledge, there's so many books, $12, $13, $15, $14, to start changing that mindset, to start giving you the information, the knowledge, and then start implementing those things, right? Because I think a lot of times we get ourselves in rooms, we listen to podcasts, we go to certain things, we talk to certain people, but then we don't take action, because that's a mindset thing. You have it, but you have to actually use it, right? And I think those are the things that make you shift, because I tell people, I wish I could be like, I'm this dope, great person. I'm not. I just do stuff when I'm scared.
Right.
I'm an introvert.
I am too. People don't believe it.
I'm a shy introvert. I grew up with low self-esteem. I still struggle with being shy. I don't like to be on front. Like even at the conference, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna kick it, and I'm going to my room. I'm a loner, right? Like
I know the only reason why you didn't go to your room like I did the night of the banquet is because you were getting an award. My ass was up in the
but I show up and I do it because I know it has to be done. Like once you turn your mind to do it anyhow, it's okay if you're scared. Like now I tell my story and I'm okay with it. Like now I'm like, because here's the thing. Ooh, somebody had a comment over here. Abort, ignore her. Listen, you can't, because I told my story about being a dancer. But here's the thing. Somebody was homeless. Somebody was raped. Somebody was molested. Somebody went to jail. Somebody got beat up. Somebody did the beating. Everybody has something that they've gone through. Everybody has something that somebody got divorced. Somebody got kicked out of school. Everybody has something. Yes. Everybody has an Achilles heel or something that they play in their mind on repeat that holds them hostage. That's mine. But everybody has something. And once I realized that I'm not different, just because I did this thing, I'm 49, I was 19, 30 years ago, just because I did this thing 30 years ago, it doesn't make me a bad person. I paid my debt to society. I paid my debt to myself. I've forgiven myself, but also thanked myself, because had I not done that, I don't know if I would be a doctor today. I would like to believe it, but running from that, that's not going to be the end of my story. That's not going to be the thing that I go to the grave with. Running from that has me sitting here on the Grow Your Money Club podcast for Constance Carter, talking to y'all about branding your brilliance, because I've had to pivot and shift and brand my brilliance and show what I can do and how I can do it over and over and over again to get here.
Right. And you know, that's the thing that I think people is endearing to people. That's the reason why I'm okay with sharing, and I'm so transparent. And people be like, you be telling, you've been, I do. Because nobody's ever going to be able to own any of my mistakes, because I own them. Right. And people understand that you are simply a person. You've made some bad choices. You've made a lot of great choices. And that's the reason why you're here doing what you do to this day is because of those choices, whether they're good or bad. They've all been lessons. And so I'll never run from that. Y'all know I am one of the most transparent people. And I'll tell you, I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. That's the reason why I talk to people and I surround myself around people like Dr. LaNée, because it is extremely, when she said something that was so, I think, important. She said, so to get out of that mindset, to get into that mindset is reading books. Done. If you don't have the time to sit down, listen, go to Audible, go on.
Oh, Audible is the shit, man. I'm in my house to Audibles now. I'm getting dressed in the morning while I do my face to Audible now.
Yes.
I'm getting through my books like ain't nobody's business.
Right. And you're pouring into yourself, and then get out beyond you, because a lot of times we have these ideas and we're around people who are dream killers and dream stealers. So we're telling everybody what our dreams are, and they be like, you can't do that. You can't. And then we go, do. And then we forget about it because we're listening to everyone else. But if you're starting to surround yourself around people who also have dreams, my daughter, I do a podcast with my daughter. It's called Not One of Your Little Friends podcast, right? And so the other day we were talking about how she says, her friends tell her that she's unrealistic. They tell her that she's unreasonable, and when she tells them about her dreams. And I said that's because they're limited in their thinking because they've never seen anything. They've never seen what's possible. And you've seen your mama get it out the mud. You've been there. You've seen firsthand on just being in rooms, because I've taken her to conferences since she was 13. You've been in rooms. You see what's possible for people who come from nothing. So it is possible. But if you're not outside of your immediate circumference, you're not going to understand that. You're going to only think what you see. So you got to get out into these rooms. You got to get in. The reason why I am where I am today is because I was networking and I met Dr. LaNée. Right. I met her through Dr. Boyce. She was one of the first people that helped Dr. Boyce throw his all Black national convention, 10, 12 years ago. She was his go-to person. She's been rocking with Dr. Boyce for the longest. She has built her business. The reason why I'm friends with her to this day is because I got out myself and I started networking. I'm around people that I wouldn't normally be around because I've gotten out of myself. And then I go to these conferences and I say, okay, somebody here in this place is going to change my life in one way or another. Maybe the person on stage, maybe the person I meet in the bathroom, but I'm going to set the intention when I get here, even though I am an introvert like you. I don't like to do, I got to force myself, but I always set that intention that I'm going to meet somebody that's going to do something for me in one way or another. And you set those intentions, but you got to get outside of yourself and around those people who are dream killers and dream stealers. That's the reason why it's so important that we do different things. And so Dr. LaNée and I, we decided to partner on something really cool. Dr. LaNée, tell them what we doing, girl. I'm so excited.
First of all, let me just say, y'all, Constance is so dope. Like when people say you should give people their flowers, Constance is so dope. And she's not dope because she's Constance Carter. She's just dope because she is her. And what I mean by that is, in any room that she's in, she is her, right? This lady did not know me from nobody when I started the Black Power conference. I called. I don't even know if I called. I think I said Taryn, because I didn't really know.
Taryn, yeah.
I was like, hey, can you see if Constance would do my conference for me? And she was like, yeah, not a big deal. And then I think if you don't do conferences, you don't really understand how you pay speakers, but it's not nominal, right? Especially an online conference. It's during COVID, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to throw a little something together. And she was like, yeah. And so when it came time to pay, she was like, girl, don't pay me. I ain't worried about it. And I was like, what? Now, I'm telling my story. Don't y'all be reaching out to Constance y'all not pay. Let me tell my story, how it went down, and then y'all negotiate with her and get her fee. But and so she did it that year, and she was phenomenal. So the next year I was like, hey, do you mind doing it again? And she came in. And so her and my girlfriend LaNée have done every single year without fail.
They're so fun.
Without fail. And that's just that. But you can pick up me, not you. You can pick up the phone and call her and be like, this is what's going on. If she sees me online and I'm a little bit off, she's going to reach out to me. You good, sis? Like, just a good.
You do the same thing with me.
But it's the mirror effect, right? Yes. It's the mirror. Hey, what do you think about this? I just want to get your opinion. Like, you need people around you that you can trust and that trusts you. But we did not meet each other on the street. It's the network piece. That's why it's important to know that. The reason why I wanted to say that piece is when we're talking about your daughter, you need to have multiple groups of friends. I have girlfriends I've had since I was My girlfriend, I told you, her uncle co-signed me. Her still friends today. We've been friends
I
since
love
16, 33 years of friendship.
Yeah.
But I can't talk to her about my business.
Right.
I don't even take her to my business meetings, to my business friends, to my friend groups. I go to her when we hang out. And that's not a bad thing. She understands that. She knows she's one of my longest and dearest friends, but she can't really rock with me over here in this space. And so you have to have these different groups of friendships. I say that for your daughter who says, hey, maybe these ain't the friends to talk business to. We gonna keep it and have a good time. I need to give me some people who want to talk about business and talk about strategy and talk about growth. And so all of that to say, we are celebrating 5
What?
years, 5.
Cinco.
5 years of Black Power, POWHER, registered and trademarked, like for real. And we were supposed to go to Dubai for year 5. But thank the Lord, we had the insight that with everything that's going on with this presidency, that wouldn't have worked. And so what we decided to do was, let's go to Miami.
Miami. Okay.
And have our conference in person so we could touch each other, see each other, hug each other. And then let's jump on a cruise and go kick it for a couple of days. And so in April, we are doing the Black Power 5-year anniversary in Miami for 2 days on a Saturday and a Sunday. And then on Monday, we are jumping on the Wonder of the Seas, and we're going to be at sea for 4 days. And it's going to be amazing. We had a content day where we're going to be out here shooting photos and doing all the things for content. Every night we have something pop, lock, and drop. And we have a white night. We have a sequin night. We have a blush night, so gemstones and whatnot. And most importantly, it's Black women and men, Black people, Black entrepreneurs getting together, talking about business, growing and scaling your business. We have a midnight mastermind one night on the boat, on the ship. And I tell all the old people like myself, we're not going to start at midnight. It's going to end at midnight. It's going to be like from 10 to midnight. So don't be like, late at night. No, we the same age.
Thank God.
We're the same age. But it's just the time to come together in this world that we're living in, where people are losing their jobs, people are trying to start their businesses. Everybody's in an individual silo. And what we need is to be around other people who understand, who get it, who want to build and grow, not just start. If you just want to start your business, that's not the room. If you want to grow, scale, monetize, increase, go to the next level, then this is the room. And the reason why I say that is because I specifically built this Black Power to be about work.
Yep.
Classroom setup, printed workbook, 5-year strategy. Like we work this conference is different than anything I've ever done, anything we've ever experienced. And I said to Constance, I was like, hey, you want to partner with me on this? And being Constance, what you need? Okay, let's do it together.
Because you think about this, I think about all the women that I have in my network, or just people in general that I have in my network, and how we're always talking about growing, and we're always talking about, because part of the professional development is also the personal development as well, which is also implemented. This is why I love this so much. It's because we're going to be out here strategizing. We're going to be growing. We're going to come up with a 5-year strategy, right? How many times do you get to work at a conference? This is not just a conference, it's a workshop where we're actually working. Okay, so you're going to walk away with actionable steps when you leave. But then also you have the personal side of it too, where you're developing yourself holistically. It's not just it is the work, but it's also about what you're pouring into yourself personally, about the mindset. How do we change the mindset? How do we erase these limiting beliefs? How do we get to the next level? How do we take the noise out of what it is that we've been taught, the lies that we've told ourselves? All of those things that help shift the mindset so that we can be succinct about our goals, and that we can reach every single goal. And that's the reason why it was so important, outside of, Dr. LaNée being such a brilliant person, right? But that's why I love it, because it's like, okay, we're going to get on here. We're going to get to work. We're going to have fun. Of course, I don't do anything that is not fun. I'm going to always laugh. So we're going to get out here. We're going to have a good time. We're going to shake our tail feather. We're going to celebrate life together, but we're also going to grow and build together. And that's the thing that I look forward to at this thing. And guess what? It's not just for the people who are inside of our communities, because I have Net 7 Collective and we do things specifically for Net 7 Collective. You have your community and the people that you coach. This is actually for everyone to get invited inside our world of the things that we do. And I think that's what also makes it special as well.
Oh, absolutely. Because a lot of times that people see you online, but they don't get an opportunity to really get to know you, to really kick it. And I like kicking it with my people, like you do too. So it's an opportunity to do work together. We're going to break bread. So how, if somebody were to come, so there's a variety of ways to participate, right? If somebody just was like, I want to come to the event, I just want to come and partake of Black Power. And before I say that, let me tell you how I got here. They say in 2035, in 2035, or is it 2053?
2053.
It's 2053. The Black wealth will be $0.
Mm-hmm.
And by 2053, our Black wealth will be $0. That's crazy when I hear that, to think that, because that is like 28 years away. We will still be alive. Mm-hmm. And so knowing that, I titled this Wealth Won't Miss Us.
Come on.
For those of us that understand and know what it means to be at a zero wealth by 2053, we're getting into rooms like this where we're figuring out, how do we make sure that wealth does not miss me and my family? Because everybody's not having these conversations. Most people have their head in the sand. It's not real. It's not going to happen. But what if it does? Mm-hmm. So our theme is wealth won't miss us. And that's why we're doing this 5-year strategy, this 5-year plan. And so over the time that we're together, we're working out what you want to do, who you want to do it with. It's work sessions. We're going to do breakouts. Like, if you just like to go someplace and do shish boom ba and be motivated and go home and be like, man, that was great, and get back to your regular life, that's not for you. Right. Because we're going to come together, we're going to work, and you're going to leave with an action plan. You're going to have a business Bible. Like, when you leave, you're going to have something to leave with. It's going to be filled in so that when you go home, you can be like, okay, this is what I got to do. And then you're going to have a network of people with whom you can do it with and who can help hold you accountable. So if you're not looking for a place to work, a place to commune, and then go get on a ship and have a good time, be like, hey, I saw
somebody can teach us how to twerk while we're on the ship too. Because
if you know how to twerk, please, because I can feel that is in Constance's heart.
I really want to learn.
I can feel that is in her heart. So yeah, so there, look, she got it on there, blackpowerher.com. And a lot. Go ahead.
Okay, so you said if they don't want to get on the ship, they could go.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. So there's 3 ways to do it. I don't believe in doing anything basic, general. I don't like that stuff. So the first level is called, let me pull it up so I don't be lying to you guys real fast. I can tell you what it is. So the first level would be considered basic, but again, I don't like to call Black folks basic. So it says, first, let me back up.
You want to share the screen? Do you want to share the screen?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me see here. Let me come back to you. Let me share my screen. I think I remember how to do it.
Where it says present or invite.
Share screen. Black Power Her. Share. Boom. We'll go back to the top so y'all can see it. Hey, friend, that's me.
Okay. You cute. Oh, what?
So, men, you are welcome. Let me say that. Men, you are welcome. But I couldn't do Power Her Him. So, men, you are welcome. How I do this is it's just a woman-led cast, but men come to the event. I already have 3 men that are already signed up for it.
And you might find your wife.
And you might find your wife. And couples come too. So let me say that. Men, women, couples, everybody's welcome.
Absolutely.
And so this is us from the boardroom to the beach. We're gonna have a good time. So the conference is Saturday and Sunday. We're at the Miami AC Brickell. The hotel is amazing and beautiful. We're there for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Then we're going to jump on the Wonder of the Seas from Monday through Friday. It's 4 nights. Okay. Saturday, $1 Million Mindset, Passion of Profit. So we're going to do your blueprint. How many of you guys have done your business model canvas? Does anybody even know what a business model canvas is? We're going to walk through that.
First of all, lady, wait, who are you? Wait, what program are you doing right now?
Goldman Sachs. I'm in the Goldman Sachs.
First of all, she's in the Goldman Sachs program, and she was the only one there out of all the people who knew how to do her business model canvas. So
I'm the only person who knew. So, but I've been teaching it for like 3 years. Not a lot of folks in our community are talking about it, and so we're going to do that. We're going to talk about
Goldman Sachs. I just need y'all to understand this. I want to underscore this. Dr. LaNée is about to teach you something that they teach at Goldman Sachs. Okay.
Yeah, it's dope too. They taught me some new stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I've been learning and growing.
Oh, I'm
And
excited
so
to hear what you pick
we
up.
don't talk enough about the tax strategy. So I have somebody coming in to talk to us about that. Deductions, hiring your kids, tax strategies to save thousands. We don't talk about that enough. So we're going to do that this year too. We're going to get beyond your brand. We're going to talk about cash flow and capital. We're going to build out some alternative income streams. And so here, this is what I did for this. For this, again, I don't do basic in general, right?
I thought it was more than this.
So that's, again, I still got to take these prices up. Okay. So She Ready, which would technically be basic, right? Mm-hmm. It's for the CEO who's done dreaming and ready to do, right? So this would be like considered basic, but you still get your 2 days conference, your printed conference workbook, your bag, women speakers, etc. That's conference only. You see, it says conference only. Then we have what would be considered VIP in the real world. It's called Move Like Money Access. And this is for the CEO who didn't come to play because she came to profit, or him. You get everything in She Ready, but you also get reserved front seating, priority check-in. All your VIP conference book will be signed by all the speakers. You get a luxury swag bag and a VIP bonus session, which I just figured out what it is. And we're doing a Sunday brunch. And I got a surprise VIP gift. So that's for people who just like, I just want to come to the conference and be in the room and enjoy. Okay, cool. Now, for somebody who wants to do the conference and the cruise, you get all of that. This is called the Luxury Looks Good on Me. This is a platinum experience. And this is everything I Move Like Money. Plus you get the 4-night Caribbean cruise. We're going to be going to Nassau, the Bahamas, perfect day at Coco Cay. If you're one of the first 10 people, I think I have one left. You get $100 onboard credit. Everybody gets $50, but the first 10 people got $100. It includes your ground transportation. You get a pre-welcome box plus 3 strategy calls before we actually get to Miami. Because you guys get, like, we're going deep with platinum. So you get 3 strategy calls as a group before then. So you'll be a little bit further. Wristbands, nightly dinner table talks, access to the private Black Power at Sea networking. And I was telling you guys, we have theme nights. So we have our white hot welcome. On night 2, we have our bold and Ankara prints. Night 3, we have our soft power flex. So soft hues, champagnes, muted jewels. Night 4, we're doing sparkling glow. So sequins, shimmer, celebration. And then each day has its own theme. So day 1, we're doing our Black Power Cellaway soiree with welcome mixture, all white. Day 2, we're doing content and chill. So we'll be at Coco Cay, but we're going to be doing content. We're going to be doing cool stuff.
Out there too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yep. Day 3, Move Like Money Talk. That's our midnight mastermind. It's our private night session. And then day 4 is our Power Circle Vision Strategy Celebration right before we leave to make sure that, everybody got to network and meet. Now, if you bring somebody, if you come with your husband or your wife and they do not want to do the conference, we will take off the conference, right? So we'll take $249 off of your rate if you come with somebody and they're not doing the conference, because the rate has the conference built in. So an ocean view, which means no balcony, but you see the little window, it's $13.99. Again, that includes your conference. And then if you want to do the balcony, like your girl, because I need to be able to step out here and see the ocean, it's $15.99. And again, that includes your conference in that rate. If you come to the website, you can click on Pay Cruise Deposit and it'll go. The hotel itself, I think it's like $339 a night if you go directly through them, plus $339 a night plus what is it? 30 destinations. We got the room $100 less for $259, plus $15 daily food and beverage credit, dessert for 2 each night, and Tesla SUV house car service, high-speed internet. So we negotiated all the things to make this like a dope experience for folks. And so
it's not just a conference, it's definitely an experience.
It is an experience.
So a couple of things though, Dr. LaNée. Okay, so if they want to come to the conference and not the cruise, it's $249. It's $149 or $349.
Or $249. Mm-hmm.
If they want to come to the cruise and not the conference.
If you want to come to the cruise and not the conference, that is doable. So it would be $249 off of the cruise rate.
And here's the thing, y'all. This is what y'all don't even know, that there's payment plans. You said the amount, and people are like, shit, well, I ain't got $13.49 to pay right now.
No, there's payment plans. You just got to do a $200 deposit. So thank you, Constance. There are payment plans. So it's the $200 deposit to register and say, boom, I want to be in there. I'm good. And you just have to have it paid off by January 20th. So you can pay every single month between now and January. So you don't have to pay all of it right now up front. There is a payment plan. Once you pay your deposit, my event planner, Julie, she'll get you all set up, ask you, how do you want to pay? Do you want to do it monthly? She'll work with you to figure out how you want to pay it. You can pay it in 3 months, 4 months. As long as it's paid by January 20th, you're good to go. Okay.
Y'all see that? So
Yes.
Brianna said, damn.
Yes.
$200 deposit, and you just have to pay the remaining, and it's only $13.49. I mean, think about that. So not only do you get a cruise, you get a conference that's going to change your life and change your business life. It's going to change the trajectory. You're going to meet people. You're going to change your mindset. You're going to get your business to grow and scale. When you come out of this, you're going to be a changed person, and you're going to
learn about content, how to create content, how to show up in your content. You're going to get some content.
Cloteria keeps asking, and I forgot.
The dates. So the conference is April 26th and 27th. I'm looking because I've been saying it so much. I have to make sure I say it correctly. The conference itself is April 25th and 26th. So Saturday, April 25th and Sunday, April 26th is the conference. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. The cruise is Monday through Friday. So when we wake up on Monday, we will get you transportation from the hotel to the cruise.
What's the date on that, babe? It's April 27th
through May 1st. So conference, April 25th through April 26th, and the cruise is April 27th through May 1st.
Got it. Okay. So April 27th through May 1st is the cruise. All right. And then Sophia asked if they can get an itinerary. Is there an itinerary for the event? I think it is. It's on Black Power.
Yeah, it's on the website. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you this. So on the website, I'm actually in the process of having the website redone because we tightened it up a little bit. So again, strategy is important, right? I'm going to give you all the truth about strategy. Strategy is important. I had somebody go and test the website and look through it. I don't mind giving y'all the real, right? So I had somebody go through, test the website, and they were like, it's too much content. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm having somebody go through and tighten it up a little bit. There's some places where it's like double or whatever, right? And so I'm tightening it up. And one of the things in tightening it up is the actual agenda. So you see it on there, and it's great, but it's about to be better.
So Sophie said less than 3K total. No, says less than 2K total.
Less than 2K. Yeah. Less than 2.
Less than 2K total. Yes. So yeah, no, it's and this is crazy, right? And you're gonna be with us.
And you'll be with us.
Yeah. So for Cloteria, she said, where's the location of the conference? All of that stuff is on blackpower.com. Go to blackpower.com and so that you can get all the details. But we definitely want you to be a part of this. I want to meet you. I want to see you. Even if your business is not all the way together. I know you said if you ain't got no business, this ain't for you. But what if you really are really motivated and aspiring business owner? What do you say to those people? Can they come or?
Yes. If so, the Black Power Conference is a great place if you're a startup, if you're in business, if you're making money, because it addresses all of the needs, right? And this year I was looking for my little spiel. If you need more information or details, if you follow me or you email me, I'll give you even more. But I create Black Power to be all encompassing because strategy is strategy. It doesn't matter if you're starting out, if you've already been in business, or you're looking to do multiple levers. Do you understand who your target market is? We don't stop asking that question. Like every year I'm looking at it to see, has it changed? What are your numbers and where are you looking to grow? Doesn't matter where you are. What product or offer do you have? Doesn't matter where you are. Are you charging the right amount? Doesn't matter where you are. Strategy does not matter if you're a startup, right? And Black Power is all about that, right? It's getting the dopest Black women in the game to come into a space and teach. That's why men and women are allowed. All it is saying is that it's going to be Black women at the helm, but anybody can come and learn. And it doesn't matter where you are in your business journey. You still need a strategy for your business for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about it, I think that is also unique with working with us is that it doesn't matter where you are. Like if you're in the beginning or if you are in the advanced stage of your business, we're all just women and we're all here to help each other. And so no matter if you are just starting out, don't despise the small beginnings. We want to support you to get you to the next level. And I believe that especially the people in my community, I know the people in your community as well, are going to encourage them, are going to love them, are going to collaborate with them, are going to give you the ideas that you need to grow your business. That's just what we do and who we are and the people that we surround ourselves with. So don't think that your little business that you call your little business a little business, don't think that it's too small to be in the room. It's there to help you grow. We are there to help you grow and get to the next level, because I know I am serious, and I know Dr. LaNée is too, about really helping to close this wealth gap and to create these legacies for our communities. These people, nobody is coming to save you. We got to be the ones to save ourselves. We got to put the cape on ourselves. They are strategizing daily on ways that they can take benefits away from you, Black people. Trust me, they are doing whatever they can to disenfranchise you. And so we have to take ownership of our whole lives, because they're not. The days of being saved or what you thought was your salvation out there is gone. So now we got to pour into ourselves and invest in ourselves and figure out the best way that we can get ahead of the game, where we're insulated from these policies that are there to attack us individually at our core as people. So that's
I
why.
add this to what you just said. One of the things, like when you looked at my site, thank you, Dennis. Dennis was like, your site, listen, I told y'all my website story. You see these websites I be pushing out these days, right? But when you came to my website, you were like, whoa, that's low.
Yeah.
Right? We talked about that, how price can repel or attract. You and I go to conferences where we pay $1,500 to be in a room, in the room,
Easily.
not on a cruise, not to do a workshop,
Right.
not to work out a conference, but to go into the room so that somebody can sell us something else, right? $1,500.
Yeah.
I understand that everybody cannot pay $1,500 to get in the room.
Right.
And that's like a general ticket, right? So when I do these types of conferences at the 150, 250, it's for the people who need to be in rooms and get the information.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we do these types of things, and again, it's the cruise that's making the $13.99 and the $15.99. It's the cruise that's causing that, right? But it's the camaraderie, it's the networking, it's the being on the vacation with me at Constant. We got to let our hair down, act a plum fool. I know I am. I don't know.
You already know what it is. You already know. If I could show y'all some things, I was
right. But you really want to take advantage of these types of opportunities, because like Constance says, I'm bringing Goldman Sachs knowledge with me, not just my own, but the stuff that I'm learning at Goldman Sachs is blowing my mind. So I'm going to be bringing that with me. Constance is going to be bringing her years of knowledge. And we're doing it at a price point where people can get in the room, so you don't have to pay $7,500 to work with me for 6 months.
Right.
Like you don't have to pay $2,000 to do a 2-hour strategy with me. Like those are my real rates, right?
That people actually pay.
But that people actually pay.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to be in a room with us for 2 days and have us help you strategize your business for $149 or $249, or if you want to go on vacation and kick it with us, $13.99 and $15.99.
Crazy. It's crazy. So let me ask you this. In all your years, because you wrap that up with a bow, of just investing in yourself, what is outside of this, and then maybe leading to this, what's one thing that they can do today to invest in themselves so that they can get off of that corporate plantation and or create another revenue stream that can change their life?
I'm gonna give them 2, because the easiest one is to be like, get to the conference, right? But that's a shameless plug. Like, be around other people who are doing what you want to do. Like, that's the number one, because if we're 4 are gathered, you'll be the 5th, right? So that's like the easiest one. But the other one I would say would be to really get clear on what you want to do. Most of the time, people don't take a step or move towards anything just because they don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
So I would say find some clarity around what you want to do. If you want to have a job, then have a job, but be at the top. Be at the top. If you want to have a business, in what industry? What do you do? If you whatever, and I use this in anything except for losing weight. I want to lose weight, and I just cannot seem to get this joker
Girl,
together.
you just lost a bunch of weight. What are you playing? What you
I
playing?
lost 35 pounds and I put 20 back on.
That is what happened.
It's a love-hate relationship. But other than that, but I'm still clear on it. I don't stop trying.
Yeah.
I went to the gym yesterday. My thighs is on fire.
Girl, that's why I don't like to stop. And I'm scared right now. But go ahead.
So I don't stop, right? So once you get clear on what it is that you want to do, sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose, sometimes you'll get it, sometimes you won't go to the gym for 3 weeks, but you'll go. But a lot of times people don't take that first step just because they don't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know where to begin or where to start. Figure out what you want to do first. And if you can't figure it out, make sure you come to the Black Power Year 5 anniversary, because we will get you together.
Boom. And then like if you have an idea right now, say you have an idea, you really want to start, because come with an idea in mind. At minimum, if you don't have the business, come with an idea for your business so that we can help you to conceptualize it and get to where you're able to monetize it. If you just have an idea. So if you don't have a business, at least have an idea for a business so that we can get you together. How about that?
Because we're walking through it. If you've never done the business model canvas, we're going to walk you through it. So, and I have been in business for 12 years. I've done business model canvases for multiple clients. The way that Goldman Sachs just walked me through my business model canvas. Oh.
Now, let me tell you about my sis. She's in a room full of successful business entrepreneurs, and they asked them if you know what a business model canvas was, and she was the only one who knew what a business model canvas was.
Out of 314 Black women entrepreneurs, nobody had heard of it, and nobody knew the answer. I was like,
we all learning. Listen, I've never done a business model canvas, but I'm gonna learn how to do a business model canvas that weekend.
Yes, yeah, so,
amen.
So.
Girl, you got to get to another podcast, sis.
I got to do Fly New, and I'm hosting Fly New.
You got this. Did Tiara not text you? Because she be on me. She be like, did you get a text from Tiara? Where you at?
Let me see. I'm here with you, so I ain't even been looking. No, nothing yet.
Oh,
I gotta go. I'm gonna go pull my hair up. I done already sweated it out. This is my little blowout, so I'm about to go pull it up real quick for the next one.
You look gorgeous. So you guys, she's getting ready to start the Fly. What y'all talking about today on Fly Nubian Money? Oh, you don't know? Oh,
you know I know when I get there.
So she's okay. I thought you were more prepared than me.
She says it to me, and I look at it, but then I don't know. What Black women never learned about dating men? That's interesting.
Okay.
What Black women never learned about dating men? This is gonna be interesting.
So if you are a Black woman or a Black man, you guys go over to Fly Nubian Money in about 15 minutes, and Dr. LaNée is going to be hosting, and they're going to be talking about what Black women need to know about dating men. Yeah, I'm going to be listening. Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts, Beck?
If you cannot find what you need, which you should, at blackpower.com, you can follow me. You can IM me, DM me, IM me. You can DM me. I am Dr. LaNée Javett, or you can go to my website. You can contact me. I want to make sure that if you want to be on this boat, that we can work with you. So do not get in your head about, I can't do it. I can't afford it. Be a problem solver, a solution solver. How can I be on this boat? How can I get in this room? Yeah. It's a new year. It's 2026. I need to change some things. I need to be around some folks. I need to figure out how to make this happen. That's what I want. Thank you, Dennis. That's my guy right there. Yeah. Be thinking like that, right? And then follow me too. I am in the process of, Constance has completely inspired me, and I have changed my business container. I got a new thing coming. Girl, I got a new thing coming out, and you were the spark for that when we were at A, B, and C. And so follow me.
Wait, what was the spark for that? What was the spark? What did I do? What
was the spark? So when you think about your marketing, and it's you up there, it's me, it's Tiara, everybody's dope, and I'm watching all of us give out our contact information. And I'm like, well, how does somebody know who to work with? But we all do something so differently. You work with women and real estate and 6 figures and 7 figures, and Tiara does storytelling, and I'm like, well, I do strategy, but it's all kind of similar. So how do I stand out, and what do I do? And I'm looking around the room, and I had an epiphany on what I need to do. It's still brand new Brilliance, but the container has now shifted in how I'm going to offer it.
I think did we speak about this or no?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I can't wait to hear. I love it. I love it. See, she always changing up the game, and so you just got to work extra hard just so you could be in the same race because she always doing it. So, girl, I'm gonna let you get up out of here. I will see y'all tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll be with April Sampay. We'll be talking about some crazy shit about relationships or something. And then Thursday with Dr. Shirley, we'll be talking about some health stuff. But Dr. LaNée, you are so amazing. I am so blessed to have friends like you. And I'm just, I'm looking forward to the impact that we're going to make on this upcoming project. I'm looking forward to seeing the transformation and the lives change. It's going to be amazing. So if you can get in the room, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can come too. Don't be coming just to try to watch our booties though. You got to come be ready and willing and able to work. But if you want to pay to watch our booties, you can. Just don't touch. Anyway,
and buy a drink or something. I'm just kidding.
Buy us a drink. Something, don't come up there and get no free look at no booty. Just come and buy the drink.
And then we'll be there. My guy's coming with me. I know at least 3 for sure, 3 or 4 men for sure that are going to be on the boat. Here goes Tiara. There she goes right there. You have other obligations today. Tell Constance to wrap it up.
See?
She just hit me right now.
I told you she was coming.
Oh my God.
All my net 7 ladies that are watching right now, make sure you go ahead and put that $200 deposit down. And I told them a little bit about it a couple weeks ago. And so now we got a website. We'll go ahead and have everything up and running. You guys go ahead and sign up right now, today. ASAP.
Today.
All right, ladies.
I just was told there's still one room for the $100 onboard credit. Every room gets 50, but the first 10 get 100. There's one left.
Y'all better race. And it better be somebody from Net 7. Okay, Tiara.
I'm not playing with y'all.
Somebody from Net 7, get on there and get it. All right, Tiara. Bye, babe. I'll see you. Bye.